Budapest. These two wrestlers advancing their way into the semifinal. Kyrgyzstan still trying to determine who will be their rep come Zagreb in the World Championships in September. Will it be Bekzat Almaz or will it be Taiyrbek Zhumashbek уулу?
Action blue. Action red.
Obviously not unusual. You know, countries have wrestle-offs. But when you have it at a ranking series event, open to the entire world to watch, it brings up the magnitude a little bit.
It does indeed. It creates a real international competition setting. There's so many different aspects that go into international competition, sometimes making weight, warm-up area. And so in some ways, these types of selection environments create a more accurate picture of how this person is going to perform on the international stage.
What would you say the split is, roughly, guesstimate, on countries that have their own domestic wrestling determination compared to other countries who use these events as a measuring stick?
That's a great question, Sean. I would say the majority of the Western nations do it in that classic internal domestic events. And then some smaller nations
Open blue.
have these types of opportunities where it's
Action red.
determined internationally.
Action red.
Almaz уулу able to get the first two.
Up.
Unable to get any type of turn. They go back to the feet, a
red.
little more than halfway through this opening period.
Red up.
And what we do know when we see, countrymen competing, often the matches are so tight because these athletes know each other so well. They're so familiar, and also they have very similar styles sometimes. And so often it's really close matches also because there's so much on the line as well.
Action blue.
Really has been a build-up throughout the course of the year for Bekzat Almaz. He has competed in a couple of ranking series events prior to this trip to Budapest. He's having his best showing. It took 8th in Mongolia. Did not fare as well in Albania in the second ranking series event. So, athlete who knows what it takes to compete at the highest level. He was Kyrgyzstan's representative in the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris.
Zone red.
Trying to clear his head from out underneath. He does that. Both wrestlers back to the center. 20 seconds.
Contact.
And as Erica was describing, no real surprise to wrestlers who know each other so well. The windows of opportunity will be limited. There's the early takedown, and that is it through the first round. As the Kyrgyzstan wrestling room right now all out on mat B there with not a lot of words because, again, not a lot to be said. Smiles right now as these two individuals look for their spot in the World Championships.
Red. Blue. More action, okay?
This is such a wonderful wrestling city, though. I mean, this is a city that hosts probably the largest percentage of world events, throughout the course of the year at all different levels, whether it's the junior levels, U17, U20, U23, up to the senior level. The Olympic Park here in Budapest, dedicated to the sport of wrestling over the next few days. Guns N' Roses was in concert a couple of nights ago, and I guess you could just hear the concert bellowing out of the soccer stadium all throughout this village area.
Contact red.
People were having a good time with that, it sounded like.
Action red.
So we're seeing in the second round, Zhumashbek is doing a little bit more controlling of the situation. He's got a front headlock here. He's looking to kind of snap down, go behind, but he lets go, relinquishes that opportunity.
Red. Action. Okay.
We will see the
Center.
first intervention by the referees with that passivity warning.
Contact.
Underhook throw by, but you know this match has been pretty casual. It goes to the other side here. Zhumashbek gets behind,
Continue,
gets a nice
blue.
deep gut wrench. He's going to look for this turn to build his lead.
Continue blue. Up. Center.
Job there by Taiyrbek Zhumashbek уулу as he is able to get the 2. Now the criteria with him. A little bit more zest in this second round from the 25-year-old in blue for Kyrgyzstan. 2-time Asian gold medalist, won the Asian titles in 23 and 24, was a world bronze medalist at 61 kilos in Belgrade a couple of years ago. That's how deep this room is. You have an Olympian in red for Kyrgyzstan. You have a world bronze medalist in blue, and that's why these two are in the semifinals right now on the world stage.
Okay.
Trying to earn that spot.
No blocking blue. Zone red.
Good burst of energy near the edge, and that'll get 1 for Taiyrbek in a 3-2 lead. Looking off that brief 2-on-1. Bekzat able to clear his right arm away. What have you noticed, Erica, from Taiyrbek in the second round? He's really had his way after a pretty quiet opening 3 minutes.
Yeah, he's dictated the entire pace of this match. He's on the center of the mat. You know, even here, he's stepping down, controlling with that underhook. That's how he scored that throw by to the go behind to get that lead. And he just dictated the pace in the second round. We're seeing here a little bit of intensity from Almaz, but I just think it's a little bit too late.
Contact red. Contact red.
A second round that belonged to Taiyrbek Zhumashbek уулу. He scores 3 unanswered, and he will win in this showdown between two extremely talented wrestlers from the country of Kyrgyzstan. But on this day,